Well, Scott, sticking with the pollen and what Nakaya was bringing us in her story, why is it so bad right now?
Actually, it's because of Hurricane Helene moving through the southeast. That's why a lot of places around the region are dealing with record pollen counts. It's a reaction from the trees to make sure that it's basically that they can survive, that the species can survive. So we had a lot of that damage, a lot of dead trees, a lot of dead tree limbs. So they overpollinate to make sure that they get new saplings the following season. So we will likely see this continue throughout the spring season and even into the summer, early summer, with plants and trees still blooming and blossoming. As far as the view right now, looking toward the Talmadge Bridge, a mix of sun and clouds, we have a pretty strong breeze out there, so the pollen that is in the air is really flying around pretty easily. South wind, 17 miles per hour. We've had wind gusts even higher than that. Temperature-wise, we have warmed into the middle 80s, but it's really the wind that's been the main part of the story, sustained all across the region, 10 to 15 miles per hour, generally out of the south to southeast. So the coastal areas, because of that onshore component to the wind, staying just a few degrees cooler, upper 70s right now for Hilton Head. Definitely a little bit warmer just heading inland, where just about all of us are in the middle and even upper 80s. Glenville and Baxley both reaching 88 degrees, and we still do have the chance of a few spots getting to 90 degrees this afternoon as far as those high temperatures, and it'll be the same pattern for tomorrow. If you have any plans to be out in the garden, we'll have breezy conditions tomorrow with those highs warming into the upper 80s, still mild, or I should say still warm, heading into the early evening hours, and the very warm trend will continue for a few more days into the weekend thanks to high pressure off of the coast. That's really driving in the strong wind from the south, increasing the humidity, and it's a tight pressure gradient between that high and a frontal boundary that's moving into the mid-south that's been producing a lot of severe weather over the past day or so. That high is going to prevent this from coming into our region, though we do have storm chances in the forecast late Sunday and into Monday, and it's going to be from this system that will be developing over South Texas that will eventually ride along this frontal boundary and bring that moisture into our area. And with the warm and humid conditions ahead of that frontal boundary, we do actually have a low-end risk for a few strong and severe storms in the region. But overall, we're going to be dealing with heavy rain and the potential for some gusty wind. At this point, it looks like we will see most storms stay below severe limits, and storms will begin during the morning hours and continue into the afternoon. This is on next Monday. For tonight, though, partly cloudy. The breeze will get a little bit lighter overnight, southeasterly around 10 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, once again, that breeze will be strong, southerly 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting up to around 20 or so. With that, with a partly sunny sky, we will have no problem reaching the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees for those high temperatures. For the boaters, the south wind was still some rough seas out there, 3 to 4 feet for the nearshore waters of Georgia and South Carolina. Over the next 7 days, we have multiple breezy days in the forecast, but for the most part, not a bad looking forecast with the exception of Sunday, late Sunday and into Monday, when we will have those storm chances building in. Once that system clears out, much cooler weather will be moving in for next week. Upper 60s to lower 70s expected for those high temperatures for Tuesday, Wednesday, and for next Thursday. So the summer-like temperatures that we have right now will be coming to at least an end for a little while. That's look at your weather forecast for now. We'll have more coming up.